Hello, everyone. Hey, I'm Prem Anand. I'm the Business Solutions Manager working out of Dubai office. So today I'm going to talk about, the admin panel, a little bit technical about how to use the admin panel and some apps about collaboration and communication. So let's start with the one. So the first one is admin panel. I'm just going to the one. The moment you log into Zoho remotely, you could see that you could see a page like this, wherein you will have to access about all the products of Zoho remotely, about 11 plus products, wherein you will have this option called admin panel. So once you click on that, you'll be redirected to the org overview, where in the first tab you can see I have, and you can see the organization details. So if you are the admin, then you can go ahead and click on the org and you can edit all the details. So you can give in your company details, street, city, country, and the other information. So you can update this, and the next one is about the applications. So the moment you log into remotely, you have to add all the applications, which one you're going to use it. So all the 11 will be listed down here. You can go ahead and you can click on one by one or each one, and you can add all the applications, as you can see in the screen here. And the next one, you can see to which account you have to associate. You can choose that account and you can associate that application to your account. So this is the success message you get. Zoho account has been added successfully. Okay, the next one is about the users. So if you want to add the users who you want to give access to the remotely, or to the employees which you want to give access, so you can go to the users tab, and there is a button called add user. You can see the existing users added over here, and if you want to add a new user, then you can go to this button, add user. Click on that and you'll be able to enter the information like first name, last name, email address, and password. So there is a small button which is, or checkbox, which says force user to change password on login. So you can click on that. So it will be for the use, the moment and the user gets the message, it will be asked to change the password. The moment you give all the details, then you can just choose which application you want to give access. So you can just click on this plus symbol that I have highlighted with a red box. Then it'll redirect you to the screen wherein you can just choose the application, which one you want to give access. Click on it, then choose what role you're going to give the roles and permissions which you're going to give to that particular user, to that particular app, and then add the users. So I'm going to take a quick poll, have a small pause, and ask, like, what are the communication or collaboration suite which you are using right now, or which you are planning to use. So if you can take some time and you can give the answers, that would be awesome. All right, thank you so much. I'll jump on to the admin session. So the next tab is going to be the admin tab, wherein you will be able to add all the admins to your account. So if you want, let's say you are the owner of your company, or let's say you are managing everyone and you want to associate, or you want to delegate the job as an admin to some of your colleagues, then you can add all the admins. And also there's something called service admin you can see over here, wherein you can add the service admin to particular app. So let's say you are you are the owner of remotely, then you want to have one person who's handling Zoho Cliq alone, or Zoho, you have a project manager, he wants to have the control of Zoho projects alone. So you can make him a service admin for Zoho projects, and he'll be able to have all the access to it. The next one is groups. So you can create multiple groups in Zoho remotely, wherein let's say you have multiple departments in your office, then you can create multiple groups for those departments. You can add a group, this button, and then you'll be able to give the group information. You can add the moderators and members. So the next tab you can see here, you can have the moderators who are going to moderate this group and the members of the group. Then you click on add, the group will be added. The last one is the domain settings. So you have to add your domain to Zoho remotely, wherein which one are you going to use? Like if you have your own company domain, you can use that and you can verify and you can start using it. So that is all about admin panel in Zoho remotely. The next one is about group communication. Also, I'm going to have a quick poll before I go deep into the group communication softwares. So I just use this poll to see what other communication software which you're using in your office. Okay, so the first product which I'm going to talk about is Zoho Cliq, which is a chat software predominantly for chat, but also you can do a lot more in Zoho Cliq, which I'm going to explain right now. So you can see you can connect with your apps, even management. You can create your own channels. You can message. You can audio call. You can do a video call, prime time, and everything. So this is the primary challenge, wherein in most of the apps or in most of the offices, I could see that lack of secure unified workplace communication. So people are using multiple things to chat within the office. Most of them are using WhatsApp, or Google Hangouts, or if you want to chat with your clients, then you use some other softwares. So the data is spread across multiple platforms. It's very tough to organize everything, collect everything, and put it into one platform. So Zoho Cliq helps you to do that, and there is no central place. So Zoho Cliq also helps you to do that. And there is a seamless way of communication. So you could see that there is a broadsheet view. So it is not restricted to one app like a WhatsApp communication. So you can have multiple views here, and you can see, let's say there's a remote online workers, and you can have another group for sales and another group for support. So you can have all these groups, everyone working together in multiple broadsheet view. And also you can search in Zoho Cliq, wherein if you want to go to one particular user, or if you want to retrieve a particular chat from one group, or if you want to point it to user, or if you want to search the file which one user has shared. So these are the global search for users. And let's say if you want to execute some ideas. So as Vaishnavi mentioned, Zoho went remotely, all 8,000 employees in 3 days, right? So we want to execute the ideas instantly. So the moment we start chatting, like Vaishnavi was chatting with Ali, she just forked Ali and also from some of the members from Zoho Dubai office to initiate some of the conversations. So these are the things. You can fork the chat from anywhere. You can add the group members, and you can start the discussion from that place. Anyways, I'm going to take you to the live demo wherein to show how to work on this. Also, you can create multiple channels. So let's say you have your own sales department. Let's say you have a project coming in, and if you want to create a channel for that specific project, or if you want to talk to support, or if you want to merge your support and sales information on a single channel, then you can create a channel. You can add all the members, and you can tune in and tune out of the participants. Or let's say if you want to have a quick video call, you are on a group now, you are on a support meeting. Then if you want to add all the members to a video call, then you can quickly click on a prime time, and you can go on a video call. Also, you can share the screen. Let's say you want to draw something on a whiteboard, like Ali mentioned, he's doing something on like a spreadsheet, or something on a whiteboard. You can draw that, and you can share that with your employees as well. Then it's about calendar events. So if you want to stay in touch with your schedule, if you want to remind if what you're going to join, or let's say if you want to, you can leave that as Zoho Cliq. So it reminds you of the invitation. It also syncs with your Google Calendar or iCalendar if you use iPhone. Then Zia can take care of everything. And we have inbuilt task management. So let's say if you want to set a reminder, then auto reminder will take place, and it will remind you with a chat. And also you can add a colleague to that reminder, and it reminds that colleague as well. Okay, so the next one is build custom internal tools. So let's say if you have a developer, then or let's say if you want to automate something using our own predefined bots, CRM, even if it is Zoho or other CRM, and then the moment you get the deal, you have to publish this to a chat software, wherein everyone from the organization had to be notified of a new deal which is coming in. So you can create a bot, and you can ask Zia or a bot to automate that. So anyways, I'm going to show that in the live demo as well. The next one is instant alert, quick actions, and bot. As you can see in the video here, so there is a deal which came through a bot, and someone can come to the chat, and they can claim the deal. So the moment you will get a notification saying that this deal is claimed by this user. And also you can have Zia can come up with a quick report of deals closed this week, how many deals open, how many closed, and who owns what deal. And as we have multiple apps with Zoho, you can integrate Zoho Cliq with multiple apps here. So you can CRM, or if you want to have with the financial information, or if you want to have integrate with your help desk software, you can open and you can do it. One of the important facts here, because a project is included with Zoho Remotely, this is an easy way of communication. So you can directly bring in a project bot and you can directly assign a task to the project. And one of my colleagues, the next session is by Padmini, and she's going to take through of everything to integrate with projects in Zoho Cliq. And these are some of the third-party integrations available. So if you use any of these software, then you can integrate Cliq with these software. Like if you want to send it to some of the DocuSigns or Box or Dropbox, if you're using, then you can use this. The next one is about Zoho Meeting. I hope I could see in the poll that most of you are using Zoho Meeting as a communication platform. So as you all know, it is about to organize, present, engage, and analyze. So you can create your own session and you can invite the attendees. The attendees don't want Zoho Meeting app to use or to join your meeting. Just in a matter of button click on a link, then they'll be able to join the session. So you can do audio calling and also video calling. You can share the screen, you can draw something on a whiteboard and you can present it. So this is how you have to enter. The moment you log in, you will have something called Meet Now, or if you can schedule a meeting for the whole week, for the whole month. If you want to engage your participants, you can do it. And you can also schedule a webinar. This is the next screen wherein you will have, the moment you schedule a meeting, it will ask whether you want to go for a phone call or a computer audio. You can choose and you can enable the camera and microphone. It'll ask which one you want to use this. You can use that and you can invite the attendee. So either by email or you can just copy the link and share with the attendees. And as I mentioned, in a button click, they'll be able to join Zoho Meeting. So you can see all the attendees list here. So the moment you have all the attendees list, let's say you're taking a session and if you want to give control to one of your attendees to access the screen or to help you with some of the presentations, then you can give the control, or you can mute audio, or you can remove the presenters or the attendees list here. There is also some reminders for the meeting. So you can set a reminder. Let's say that you have planned for a budget meeting, then you can have a reminder and all the attendees noted down here will be sent a reminder. The next one is about webinars. So as we conduct right now here in Showtime, we also have a webinar. So this is to engage more audience. You can have all the attendees. This is a one-way communication, like how Showtime is running now. And also you can have a Q&A, you can have some polls. So we can organize the webinar, like you can see Zoho Remotely with the webinar details. You can send a registration link. So let's say you have a website, then if you want to push this link to the website to bring in all the attendees, you can have all the registrations, you can send an automated email and you can publish them. And you can see the list, all the attendee list. So let's say if someone wants to talk, they can raise their hands, and you as a presenter, you can go ahead and you can click on these three buttons, the hamburger icon, and you can allow the presenter to talk. And a quick polling, if you want to conduct the polling with your attendees, if you're with your colleagues or with your external participants, then you can do a quick polling. And also you can record the screen and you can get all these recordings once you end the session. You can see all your recordings and the reporting. You can see the attendee report, how many registrants and how many polls they have entered, the Q&A and the performance of the session. So next we'll take you to the live demo. So about Zoho Cliq and Meeting. So I'll just share my screen. Let me know if you can see my screen. Again, a quick ritual. Can you just help me if you can see my screen? Yes or no? Perfect, thank you. So I'm on Zoho Cliq now. So this is the login screen, which you will have the home button, and you can see all my pins. So let's say these are the conversations with my colleagues, and these are some of the channels. So let's say I want to pin, which I'll be chatting frequently with my colleague. Let's say I'll be chatting frequently with Minnie, and then I can just pin this conversation. It goes up to the pin here. Let's take a quick scenario. Let's say you get a deal. Let's say you run a company, and let's say this is the company which is called Center Sand, and this is all about solar panels. So let's say you sell solar panels you do all the service-based industry. Then the moment you get a deal, it will be linked to a CRM, and CRM will be linked with Cliq. So you can see that the bot will do the action. So you can see all the company info, all the details from CRM. You can see which company, what is the prospect, and what are they interested in, and if they have requested for the direct meeting. Yes. So these are all the questions which I have published on my website. And one of the customer went to my website, or prospect went to the website. They answered this. The moment they answered this, it is pushed to Zoho Cliq. You can see here the bot acted that. And let's say if me as an agent, if I want to go and claim the deal, as I mentioned you in my slide, I can go ahead and claim the deal. So the moment I claim, it says that, okay, agent admin claim the deal. Then you can start working on it. So let's say this is a big deal. The customer have asked for a time like 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. So you can immediately bring on more people to the chat. So I'm going to fork this conversation from here. And I'm going to involve multiple people, saying that, I want to involve Vaishnavi, who want to do a proposal. I want to involve Princey, and I want to involve Mohammed. So I'm going to involve everyone. I'm going to name this chat title as New Deal, Make a Proposal. So include all participants and create. So it's very easy to create a new group like this or a new channel like this, and you can immediately start chatting with the users. I would just ask Mohammed that, deal, can you help in creating a proposal? So you could see how easy it is to fork someone, and you can start a group chat. Likewise, you can create a channel. So you could see that we have created a channel for sales, and we could have created a channel for support. So you can have multiple groups like this, and this is the broadsheet view which I explained. So you can have multiple views in the same screen. You can chat with multiple people, and you don't want to miss the conversations from anywhere. And some of the cool features which we have in Cliq is about the calendar events. So let's say if you want to create a new event, the customer have asked for a meeting on Wednesday, right? So I'm going to create a new event saying that we want to have a team meeting to discuss about this prospect. So I'm going to schedule for tomorrow, save, it's going to be in Zoho Meeting. And I'm going to invite some of the attendees over here. So it is asking for the alert type. So I'm going to include Zia to the event. So Zia will help me in reminding about the event. So I didn't discuss about the new deal. So the moment I create, you could see that I'm just closing this, and you could see a new conversation called team meeting is created with all the participants which I have added with the event details. So they can accept or decline the meeting invite, and we can start chatting in the same group. Hello, are we ready for the meeting? So this is easy way of collaboration or communication. And the next one is about chat history. So if you want to pull the chat history, as I mentioned, if you want to take any of the files, or if you want to see what is the deal which you're working on, let's say I want to pull the chat history of Prem, then I can see all the conversations from Prem, and I can see the details over here. Likewise, you can have the mentions. So let's say I don't have any mentions. The next one is about reminders. So I could see that there is a reminder for me, create proposal. Or if you want to set a reminder, you can set a reminder, say that meeting tomorrow with my team. So you can include the participants. When is that? And you can include who and all you want to remind them. Then you can set this. So you can see there is a reminder. And the next one is about the prime time. So let's say you are in a new group like this. Then if you want to quickly hop onto a video call, or a group call, so you can quickly do a group call, and then you can invite all the participants, and you can start chatting about the new deal. So this is all about Zoho Cliq. You can create multiple bots, you can have multiple channels, group call, reminders, events, everything, etc. Next, I'll quickly hop on to Zoho Meeting. So this is Zoho Meeting. The moment you log in, you will get the screen wherein if you want to do a quick meeting right now, you can click on this Meet Now, wherein you will be taken to the screen. It'll ask for the participants. If you want to invite everyone, then you can choose what is the audio option you want to do. I'll just the computer audio. Then it'll ask for check the mic and you can start using. Or the next one is about scheduling the event. I'm going to exit in the meeting. Let's say you have a team meeting tomorrow, right? So yeah, if you want to schedule a meeting, then you can schedule a meeting. Let's say there is a team meeting tomorrow. Then you can choose who is the presenter and enter the agenda. What is the date? You can choose the date, time, and what is the time zone. So let's say if there are multiple people joining from multiple locations, then you can have a common time zone and you can send them. So you can add all the participants. So let's say I want to invite Ali. And then Vaishnavi, then I can add multiple participants and I can choose the audio conferencing. So if you want to use Zoho Conference, or if you have your own conference service, let's say you use multiple IP phones or any configurations, online telephony, cloud telephony, then you can use those conferences. Then you can schedule the meeting. And this is the tab wherein you can see all your meetings scheduled and all your past meetings, how many meetings you have attended for, all the history, you can see everything here. And the next one is about webinar. So let's go home and see how the webinar works. So you can enter title for webinar. So let's say you want to talk about Zoho Remotely. Then you can choose the time, as usual, time zone, and what's the duration. You can schedule the webinar. So you'll have all the webinar. You can customize your registration form. So you can see what are the fields which you want to add to your website. So if you want to have a multiple choice, you can enter the multiple choice. And you can give. You can have answers. And this is about all the registration forms. And the next one is about the settings. You can have an automatic approval, or let's say if you want to have the approval system when someone registers for the webinar, then you can have approval systems. The moment they click, you set this, an automatic email will be triggered to them and it will be approved. Or if you want to have a manual approve, then email will be triggered and they have to manually approve for the participants to enter the webinar. You can have co-organizers. Let's say you want to have 2 or 3 participants or 3 or 4 speakers which you want to in the same webinar as we are doing now. Then you can add all them as a co-organizer. Then you can create multiple polls and you can schedule the webinars. The next one is about recordings. So if you have recorded any of the meetings, then you can have all this recordings over here. And if you want to change something, then you can go to settings and you can do all the changes over here. I will just jump on to this, stop the screen share. I think there are some questions, anything to be unanswered? No, any chats to be there. All right, guys, thank you so much for attending.